Good morning Year 2, welcome to Thursday's maths lesson. I would like you to write today's date and skill into your book please. Today's date is Thursday, the 28th of January 2021 and your skill is to solve multiplication and division word problems. I'd like you to write this in your book now please and then unpause the video when you're ready to begin today's lesson. Off you go. Okay, let's have a look then at our starter activity. I would like you to use the number cards to make multiplication and division number sentences and think about how many can you make. So here are the cards then. So we have 2, 20, 5, 10 and 4. I would like you to try and use these number cards once within a number sentence. So don't, for example, do 2 times 2. I would just like you to try and use the number card once. So you might have, for example, as a multiplication example, 2 times 5 equals 10. And as a division example, you might have 20 divided by 10 equals 2. Okay, so I'd like you to try and write down as many number sentences, both multiplication and division number sentences, as you can. Please pause the video. Okay, well done. I'm sure you've got lots of number sentences written down into your book. Okay, we are starting to come towards the end of looking at multiplication and division in maths now then. And today we are going to be solving multiplication and division word problems. Now last week, or a couple of weeks ago, we looked at multiplication word problems and we drew pictures in order to solve them. This week we're going to have some word problems that are multiplication and some that are going to require you to use your division knowledge to solve. Okay, so let's have a look, let's recap how we solve word problems. So one of the ways we remember the process of solving a word problem is to use this saying. So we've got rucksack there, and the R stands for read, so it's super important we read the question first of all. The U stands for understand, so we must understand what the question is asking us to do. And then C stands for choose. Now we need to choose the method. Now this is really important this week because last time we did word problems for multiplication, we didn't need to choose between an array and a bar model because it was just multiplication. Okay, whereas this week we're going to have to really understand what that question is asking us to do so that we use the right method. S stands for solve, so super important we use our method to solve the problem. A stands for answer, we must write our answer down, and C is super important too, we must check our answer. So it's really important we check that we've read the word problem correctly, check that we have done our working out properly, and then check that we've actually put our answer down and got the answer correct. Okay. Let's then have a look at an example of a word problem. Okay, and we're going to have a go solving this word problem together. So I'm going to read the problem to you now. Mater has 15 sweets. He shares the sweets between 3 bags to give to his friends. How many sweets do they each get? So here is Mater, and he said you can solve this by drawing pictures. So just as you did when we were looking at multiplication word problems, you could solve this by drawing a picture. So we've got our number sentence, 15 divided by 3, so we've got 15 sweets in total, and we're dividing them between 3 bags. So here are my 3 bags, and in those bags I'm going to share out the 15 sweets. I'm going to draw in a sweet one at a time until I have completely shared all 15 like I have now. We can see that in each bag you have the same number of sweets, okay? So you've got 5 sweets here, 5 sweets here, 5 sweets here. So we have shared the sweets equally. We haven't got any left over. We haven't got 2 more in here than we have anywhere else, okay? We have shared them equally because they're the same number in each bag. So knowing that then, we've got 5 sweets in one of the bags. What would the answer be to 15 divided by 3? What would it be? Well done, it would be 5. Now we could have the same question, but this time we will draw a bar model to solve it. So you could either draw a picture or a bar model. So let's have a look how we do that then. First of all, we draw our number sentence so we know what we're solving. And then we draw our bar model with 15 at the top, and we'd split it into 3, the bottom bar, into 3 parts. So we have a look here then, we've got 1, 2, 3 parts of our bar model. Okay, and then I have shared my 15 sweets between them, and we can see I've shared them equally because I've got how many in this bar? How many in this part? Sorry, 5. Well done. And here we've got 5, and here we've got 5. So we can see once again the answer is 5. Okay, so both methods get us to the correct answer. Let's have a go at another word problem now then. Lightning McQueen bought 4 trays of cupcakes. Each tray contained 5 cupcakes. How many cupcakes did he buy altogether? So is this a division problem or a multiplication problem? Tell the person next to you. Well done, it's a multiplication problem this time. So you've looked at that information and we've got the parts, but we need to find the total. And that's what we're doing when we're multiplying. We are multiplying parts to find the total. So I've got 4 times 5, because we've got 4 trays with 5 cupcakes in each. And then we could draw a picture. So here is my picture. I've drawn my 4 trays, and on each tray I have put 5 cupcakes. So, do we just count one of the trays to find this answer? What do you think? No, well done, we count all of it because we are finding the total. We're counting all of the cupcakes all together to find the answer. So I'd like you to pause the video and count them all now, please. Okay, well done. So a really quick way of doing it is to count in 5. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20. We've got 20 cupcakes. So 4 times 5 equals 20. We could also do that then by drawing what do we draw to help us when we're multiplying? Well done, an array. So I would write my number sentence out again, 4 times 5. I would draw my array, and we can see here I have got 4 coming down, groups of 5. So I've got 4 groups of 5 or 5 groups of 4. And in order to find out the answer then, we have to count all of the counters, just as we did the cupcakes. We counted all of the cupcakes. This time we're counting all of the counters. So I'd like you to pause it and count the counters for me, please. Okay, well done. Hopefully you got 20, and you'll see we get the same answer from drawing an array as we did to drawing a picture to solve it. Time for guided practice now then. Mater went to the shop and bought 21 cookies. He shared them between 3 of his friends. How many cookies did they get each? Now, here's a little bit of a hint then. You can draw a picture to solve this, or you could draw a bar model. So what is this question asking us to do then? Is it asking us to multiply or divide? Tell the person next to you or to a grown up, or have a little think on your own. Well done. It's asking us to divide. We've got our total. We know he's got 21 cookies to share out in total, and we know that he's sharing them or dividing them between 3 friends. And this hint really helps us know that he's dividing because it said bar model, and we use a bar model when we divide, remember. So now I would like you to pause the video and solve this word problem by drawing the bar model and writing the number sentence into your book, please. Off you go. Okay, let's see then. So I've got 21 divided by 3. Hopefully you have the same number sentence. And then I've drawn my bar model. You might have drawn a picture instead, but I've chosen the bar model. And I have put my total in the top. I've split the bottom bar into 3 parts. I've got 1, 2, 3. And I have shared 21 equally between the 3 parts. How many counters have I got in one of those groups then? Well done, 7. And I have shared them equally because there is 7 in each box. My answer to 21 divided by 3 is 7. So how many cookies did they get each then? Well done, 7 cookies. Okay, now it is time then for your independent practice. You are going to have a choice of methods today. Method 1, you can draw pictures to solve the division or multiplication word problems. Or method 2, you could draw an array to solve a multiplication problem and draw the bar model to solve a division word problem. Or if you would like to challenge yourself even more, you could use a combination of them. So you could draw a picture for one question and then draw an array or a bar model for the next one. Okay, it's up to you how you solve it. What matters is that you've read the word problem, understood what it's asking you to do, and you've got the right answer. So top tips then before you start this and before I go through your activities. You must reread the question, really make sure that you understand what the question is asking you to do before you start, otherwise you'll have to redo it because you're going to get in a bit of a muddle, okay? Check your working out and make sure you've solved it correctly. So if it's asking you to multiply, if the word problem is a multiplication word problem, you're not going to solve that if you draw a bar model, okay? So make sure your working out is correct too. Okay, so here are the activities if you would like to do cool or mild today. So cool, you've got a little bit of help because I have drawn the bar models for you and given you a little bit of space to draw your array. Now you do not have to print this out, you can always just copy this help into your book. Equally, you have got space for an array or a bar model, but if you would rather draw a picture, then that's absolutely fine too. Okay. Mild activity, you've been given your questions. Now, if you don't have a printer, that's absolutely fine, don't print it out. And you do not have to write out the question into your book either. You could just put number 1 and then write the number sentence and draw your method, your chosen method, so either your picture, your bar model, or your array, okay, for that particular question, okay? You do not have to write, Mater has 16 stars and shared them between 2 friends. How many stars did each friend receive, okay? If you want to, amazing, but you don't have to. Okay, and then here then, equally, spicy and hot, very similar to mild. You've just got slightly trickier questions and trickier numbers to work with. Again, you don't have to print these out. You do not have to rewrite the question out into your book if you do not want to. You can just put number 1, write the number sentence that word problem requires you to write, and then underneath draw your chosen method, so either the picture or the array or the bar model if it's asking you to divide. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is pause the video and complete your chosen activity, please. Off you go. Well done. Okay, superstars answering all those word problems. Your challenge today then. I would like you to imagine you have a choice of two options, okay? So in the first option, you have 3 boxes with 10 biscuits in. And in your second option, you've got 5 boxes with 5 biscuits in. Which one would you rather? Would you rather the 3 boxes with 10 biscuits in, or 5 boxes with 5 biscuits in? I'd like you to pause the video. You might even like to draw a picture to explore this, to investigate this. I'd like you to pause the video and investigate this challenge, please. Investigate this problem. Off you go. Okay, so 3 boxes times 10 biscuits would equal 30 biscuits. So the first option would give you 30 biscuits in total. And the second option, you've got 5 boxes with 5 biscuits in, so 5 times 5 equals 25. So if you really like biscuits, you're definitely going to pick the first one because you get 30 biscuits. Well done if you got that correct. Okay, our final thought for today then. True or false? Dividing by 10 is the same as dividing by 5 and then dividing by 2. Okay, investigate this statement to see if this is correct. Okay, I would like you to investigate this, and if you would like if you do not want a hint, pause this now and give that a go. If you would like a hint, I'm just about to tell you your hint. So if you would like a hint, investigate this with the number 30, okay, because it's a nice easy number to use, okay, that shows you if this is true or false. So start with the number 30 and see if dividing by 10 is the same as dividing by 5 and then dividing by 2. Okay, I'd like you to pause the video, please. Good luck with your challenge. Off you go. Okay, well done for investigating this then. So if we take 30, the example that I said would be a good one to use. If we did 30 divided by 10, we get the answer of 3. And if we did 30 divided by 5, we get 6. And then if we use that 6 and divided it by 2, we also get 3. So we can see there where the 3 is underlined, dividing 30 by 10 has given us 3, and dividing it by 2 and then, dividing it by 5 and then dividing it by 2, we have also got 3. So this statement is true. Well done. You have worked very hard today, Year 2. I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye.